It was nearly 6 decades ago that the Ford Mustang took America by storm, and we've never really seen anything like Mustang fever back then in 1964. Now there's an all-new one, a 7th generation. Does it have a gas engine? All electric? Hybrid? Well, let's find out. Hey everybody, I'm Tom Voelk with the Seattle International Auto Show, and this is a preview of the 2024 Ford Mustang that will be available in the summer of 2023. And I'll emphasize that this is a preview because no one's driven it yet, but I do have a lot of great information for you, so let's get right to it. For starters, it will not be electrified, at least not yet. Mustang is very much a gasoline-powered machine with a new 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine, aka turbocharged, and a 4th-generation 5-liter Coyote V8 in the GT. Both are projected to be more efficient and, this is important, more powerful, but no word on how much more so. And yes, the V8 will get a manual transmission as standard kit. The 10-speed automatic is optional in the GT and the only gearbox available with the EcoBoost engine. Ford seems to be doubling down on the internal combustion engine thing by offering a remote rev feature that lets you rev the engine from outside the car using the key fob. There's a new optional electronic drift brake that should make destroying your back tires so much easier. The outgoing model ran with an all-new architecture. It's stiffened and modified for the new Mustang, including updated suspension and improved steering. Like Generation 6, Gen 7 will be available as both a coupe and a convertible. Ford says that the drop top will be able to take 2 bags of golf clubs in the trunk, so it's somewhat practical. And the design has definitely changed, but as you can see, you'll be able to ID this as a Mustang from 20 paces. It doesn't really grow in size, but designers did a lot to give it a wider, planted look. It has the traditional long nose and short deck and the tri-bar turn signals. The upper grille's horizontal design is a callback to the original 1960 design. The EcoBoost and GT grills are different, just like before. New hood vents and a redesigned front splitter improve aerodynamics. The hips seem to be emphasized, there are no undercut lines, and the belt line near the rear of the door drops down just a little bit. The biggest difference by far with the 7th generation Mustang is in the cabin. Ford says it's the most digital Mustang ever, and how. Obviously inspired by gamers. The twin pod gauge cluster is gone, replaced with a cockpit inspired by fighter jets with displays that can be customized to show information most important to the driver. There are splash screens with Mustang graphics when entering. A flat-bottomed wheel makes it easier to slide into the seats. The main 12.4-inch digital instrument cluster uses Unreal Engine 3D graphics. It can be customized to show different animated designs that change with the drive modes. Default graphics use a copper color that was new to Mach-E. Owners can change colors, select classic Mustang gauges, or go with a calm screen with minimal information. There are 2 versions. Higher trim models get a one-piece digital instrument cluster that flows across the cockpit. The interface runs the Sync 4 system, which I like. A cloth interior is standard. There's optional micro-suede inserts. Upgraded premium models get a cut-and-sewn instrument panel and door trim. EcoBoost Mustangs get synthetic leather seats. GT models get the real stuff. Upgrades include a full leather steering wheel, choice of color stitching, and seat belts with asymmetrical accent stripes. Those seatbelts would cost you at least $1,000 in a Porsche. And another neat touch, there are USB ports above the cockpit so you can plug in cameras and other electronics. You don't have to stretch cords across the dashboard. Let's not forget that 2-door coupes are not very popular these days. Everyone's buying SUVs. And there are certainly not enough convertibles in the world. So Ford is doing a good job of keeping the torch lit for these kind of performance cars. No doubt there'll be a lot of variants because, well, this is a Mustang. That's what Ford does. And This drops in the summer of 2023 as a 2024 model, so start dreaming now, okay? Well, that's all that Ford is letting us know about the new 7th generation Mustang. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.